Well, so it's the end of the day, and I think I'm ready to cook up this potato and leek soup. Let me just tell you what ingredients are going to go into this soup. For one thing, we're going to have a nice serving of some chopped up potatoes. We're going to have about, well, I'll get to this in a second. We're going to have, nice serving of some leeks. Not as much as the potatoes, but we're going to have, 1 to 2 cups of the chopped up leeks. Then we're going to put about 4 cups of vegetable broth. I make mine from a bouillon, organic bouillon vegetable base. I don't know if I just said chicken broth, but I meant vegetable broth. And we're going to put 4 cups into the pot of that. And then we're going to add half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of half and half, preferably organic if you can get it. And since I'm quite a bit of a carnivore, I'm going to add some smoked sausage to this. You really don't have to add that if you don't want to. Some people like to add bacon to this, I guess, or no meat at all, and that's fine. But me personally, I kind of want some meat in there, so I'm putting this in. We're also going to add our wild mushrooms that we collected today. These are the orange chanterelles. And I'm going to talk about these a bit more in a minute, how you want to prepare them. As far as spices go, we're going to have sea salt and black pepper, 1 bay leaf, and I've procured some dried thyme, which I don't know how much I'll put in, but probably like about a little under a tablespoon. Get an herbal taste to it. And those are all the ingredients we'll use for this potato and leek soup. Now let me talk to you about the mushrooms we're going to use in this soup. For me personally, and maybe I know other people aren't really like this, but I don't like to wash mushrooms at all. I think especially chanterelles, it really affects the overall texture of the mushroom, and also I believe it ruins the flavor of it. And this is something that I know other experienced mushroom hunters really don't like to do. For one thing, you're never going to get this mushroom completely clean. There's always going to be some bugs somewhere in there, or some bacteria, whatever. But if you want to clean this mushroom, I say go ahead if that's what you want to do. But I would say be careful about how you go about it. I would prefer to use a paper towel to wipe it down if it was really dirty, as opposed to just running under some water, because I guarantee you that will ruin the texture of these wild mushrooms. And I would say that is a really bad choice to do something like that. Be careful about how you clean these if you want to. And how we're going to prepare these is basically just cut off the stem right up to here, right where it's kind of it's too tough. Go into the softer part, that's the part we want. We'll cut that stem off. Cut it into bite-sized pieces. And I think I'm going to pan sear these just a little bit. Or actually, no, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just throw them right into the soup. But you can pan sear them if you want to. I'm going to try, just see how it tastes, just actually kind of throwing them in. We'll throw them in towards the end of the cooking, so they don't get too cooked down. Let me show you how to prepare a leek in case you don't really know. First you want to chop off this root ball at the bottom, and I'm going to chop these into little bits. And if you have to peel back some layers, that's okay. These have already been peeled back. And I'm just going to chop them into little pieces like this. And you want to chop up until the part where it gets kind of hard. As long as you're chopping bits that are whitish to like light green, that's going to be okay. I'm going to chop right up to here, and then it feels like it's getting too tough, and you can see it's much greener in there. So that'll be like 1 leek's worth. We're going to put that in. I'm going to chop up a few more to add to this soup to get us a nice leek flavor. So here we have the leeks chopped up. I got a nice little pile going. Here are the potatoes that are chopped up, and I have the chicken broth boiling, or excuse me, the vegetable broth. You can use chicken broth too. This is 4 cups of vegetable broth boiling here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in the potatoes right now. And I'm basically cooking for, I'm cooking for myself tonight, so I'm using kind of smaller servings. You may increase your servings to how many people you are serving, but I'm keeping the portions kind of low tonight. And I don't know if I'll use all these potatoes up, but we'll see here. I don't want too much of one thing. It looks like this will be an okay amount. Careful not to burn yourself. Yeah, this looks like an okay amount of potatoes. I think I did good there. And I'm going to let those cook for a few minutes, and then I'll add the leeks. Alright, so these potatoes have been cooking for about 15 minutes or so. They should be getting nice and soft now. And I'm going to add I got about a half cup of heavy cream, maybe a little bit over that. Just add that in, stir it just a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the leeks. Believe it or not, I actually pulled all these leeks out of the ground myself in the farm I work at. So it kind of gives me, I feel like I have a better connection with these ingredients I'm putting in here. I know I put in a lot of hard work into just making this meal happen, and that's pretty cool. Get all that in there. And so that looks pretty good right there. But what I'm actually going to do right now, a lot of potato and leek recipes will call for putting all this into a blender and just blend it all up so it's all creamy. But what I know is that I actually want some chunks in there. I want some bits of potato, but I'm going to add some of this into this blender that I'm going to put over here, so that the actual broth, the liquid in there, gets creamier with that blended potato. But I'm still going to have chunks in there because I'm not going to put all of it in the blender. That's something I just kind of thought of right now. I'm kind of winging it here. I've never cooked this before, but I feel like that's what I want to do. And I think it's a good idea. I'm going to make sure to get some of this liquid in there too. Help that puree even more. And I think that'll be a good thing to do for this soup. Whoa, I'm spilling. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Alright, so now I'm going to blend this up, put it back in, and then we'll move on to the final stage where I'll add the mushrooms, the black pepper, and whatever else we want to put in there at the end.